Good afternoon, welcome. We open the meeting today. Our first order of business is Newt. If you would open the prayer for us, please.
Yes, sir.
Newt
Thank
Benson.
you. Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Lord, thank you for letting us all gather here to conduct the city's business. Lord, thank you for all your many blessings, and thank you for taking care of this community. We ask you to continue to take care of this community, and we ask you to be with all our families as we're away from them. Lord, forgive us where we fail you. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. All right. Mayor, would you lead us in the pledge, sir?
Yes. Attention, salute, pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
You all in attendance pursuant to the order by the Board of Aldermen adopted March 1, 2022. In order to address the Mayor's Board of Aldermen, you must be on the agenda, and pursuant to the order adopted March 23, 23, you must sign the sign-in sheet with the complete address. All right, Alderman, you have in front of you the agenda for today. Is any additions, corrections? All right, we have one for Newt.
Yes, sir.
Addition.
I've just got a couple of things to discuss extra. One is my.
We'll let you do that.
Thank you.
All right, Rodney?
I have something out of the Civic Center.
All right, you'll add something to, all right, request, all right, and then.
I got one thing for executive session.
Executive session. All right, I think we have you on there too. Maybe not. Anyway, all right, thank you. Any further additions, corrections? I'll accept the motion as amended. Make it by Stan, second by Dennis. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, motion carries, no opposition. We have minutes for March 3 regular meeting and March 10 adjourned meeting. Any additions, corrections that need to be made? If not, I'll accept a motion to allow those. All right, motion by Stan, second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. I see no opposition.
Mayor, if I could, I'd like to make a motion for the consent agenda, pay request agenda, and human resources.
All right, so motion made for those three that are listed on our agenda and on our webpage also under the agenda. All right, motion made, seconded by Jimmy. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries, no opposition there.
Thank you.
All right. Bobby Bradford, I saw you. Come on up, sir. You're our visitor today. We're glad to have you. We'll allow you 5 minutes, Bobby, if you go ahead and tell us what you need. I'll try to help you.
Okay, I stay on Leicester Street apartment. I've been there about 15 years. I would like to request more police scene. I mean, I know within the last 2 years, I don't see the police at all down there. Not at all. You know, I thought that was the only area, but I talked to other people like on Nova Street, Martin Luther King, Pat Lane, they said they don't see them, you know. If I'm not seeing the police, they're getting them younger guys, the criminal more ways to do criminal activity. And there's the biggest crime area in that area, you know. I know within the last 3 years, it was like 2 people been killed at that store down there by Lockers. One was killed on Leicester Street, then somebody was killed on Helms though. Somebody was shot the other day. And, so I would like to request more police be seen, you know. I don't see them at all, I'll be honest.
All right, Bobby, you got a good point, but I know Carl and I have been down there and we've talked to the police and we've asked for them to be there, and I know they've been down there, but maybe not enough present. Or I know that, you know, I'm giving them a little credit now, but we do, that's a bad area. And Dennis, you were standing up, did you want to address it?
Yeah,
Our police chief.
anytime you have anything that, you know, we get our information from the neighbors, all the people there, by request, call the police department, they refer to either me or Barry. We'll get somebody down there, we need to know the heavy folks, because we got some other crime areas too. We know what's going on down there. We also ask that you get people to give us information. People to give them trouble and all that, that helps us a lot, cars, tags, names and all that, dope.
I know like the other night, Friday night now.
Right.
There's a fight out there in the apartment. Some young guy out there was threatening with guns. My neighbor called the police. I wanted to call the police. And one police came by, the fight was broke up. Those teenagers were still out there cussing. That police had kept going, they didn't stop. I'm being honest. You know, I know y'all got other things to do, but I mean, they ain't back in the day when like the gym members on the floor. Man, we saw them almost every day. You know. And then, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I've got a car, there's a plow counted with me a couple, 3 days. How many times you see the police and 3 guys
Well,
over there?
those 6'9" trying to say most all the crime that way. He right by that. You don't hardly see no police.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, you don't see them.
I don't know if they scared to come down now or what.
You don't see them at all.
Yeah, they scared to come down there. I don't know what's going on.
I'd be glad to work with any of you.
I stay down there, I don't see them at all.
We're requesting help too. Y'all give us information. Y'all know your neighborhood better than anybody. We need the names, the vehicle descriptions of people cutting up, what time they're doing it. That's critical too. So if y'all call us, have you got my phone number?
You're not
Call me personally. Carl, you can call me personally.
Yeah, we can see the
I don't care what time it is, call me, and that's when we need to get them down there, but we will pick up the trouble.
All right, well, let's do one
Okay.
thing, and unless the board says different, make a more presence known by
Yes.
that. And have someone sitting down there close by time to time. It is a crime area, and the more presence we have, the better. And I know we've tried to do that for Bobby, because I've been down there and we've had the complaints.
Have y'all got a primary time that people cut up, and like, we have different areas, people congregate
Yeah,
on?
right. When it get dark.
Dark, okay, all right.
Mhm.
We'll get some, we'll check on it. I assure you.
Jim, you got, anybody else want to say anything?
I don't. They'll, chief and they'll work with it.
That'll be good. Well, thank you, Bob, appreciate it.
A couple of things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You know what those lights hit up on North Avenue?
Mhm.
Y'all put them in look good. Can y'all extend them a little bit, at least to Hospital Road?
There needs more lights down there. Carl has
Well,
got that on his list.
I've been trying to say it. Know all the crime is down that way. It's so dark down there. You can't see nothing.
There's more criminal activity down there.
Yeah.
Bobby, Carl and I talked about that the other day, and then probably in about 3 months, we'll be preparing next year's budget, and it's our intent to get that into the budget.
Sure, that's all right. Go ahead.
It's a speed bump everywhere to Vance Street. Maybe one on there, that's slow and gravel there. Vance Street. Ain't no speed bump on that
All right.
There
street.
used to be one in the mall.
No,
Ain't
Vance,
about in the Walker's house?
not that Vance Street.
Vance
I ain't
Street.
talking the third or the three-way. Probably from the three-way on out to the end of Leicester, you know. The one that co-op with Leicester Street. Ain't no speed bump there. You know,
Don't
speed
think
bump
so.
there.
Okay.
You know, at Leicester Street, where Leicester Street meets it.
Yeah.
Main Van Street, you know, the speed bump like this. They be driving past and tell you, you know.
That's your one, Bobby.
Well, we're gonna be down there
I-
for the president.
I- almost like, hold on,
You just get the signature.
You know what I call it, the park, I think.
Yeah, don't let them
get the
I
name
know the
together.
private spot,
Okay.
can y'all kind of talk to that lady and make up a speed bump in there, kind of talk to her? I know y'all can make her do it.
Yeah, within the.
Yeah, I know y'all can do it, can y'all kind of
Yeah.
talk to her, convince her, cause the kid will get killed out
It
there.
must be it's a private road.
Yeah, ain't no- like you be out there, those kids
Yeah.
are kids out there, I know y'all can do it, drive, but y'all can at least talk to her, you know what I'm saying?
He called me. I went out there and watched.
Y'all
They
can talk to
rough
her
out there.
And get her to get somebody to do it, I can pay for it, you know, cause the kid will get killed out there. You know, I haven't been out there, you know.
All right, Bob, a lot of good thoughts about it. Appreciate you coming to, give us a little notice.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Bob.
All right.
Panola Partnership, anybody representing Panola Partnership, they're all busy today getting ready for their annual event tonight. North Delta Planning, Darrell?
Good afternoon, Mayor and Board.
Hey, Darryl.
I'm Darrell Dixon, North Delta Planning Development District and Project Administrator for several of your state and federal funded projects. I have a couple of items to bring to your attention today. I did talk with Mayor and staff about the potential for the city to apply to the Recreational Trails Program through Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. And part of the reason I bring this to your attention, you have a Mississippi Outdoor Stewardship Trust Fund award that can be leveraged for that program. The Recreational Trails Program is an 80-20 grant program. Where they'll award 80%, the city has put up 20%, and the MOST award can be utilized as your 20% for that award. And that program can do walking trails, aquatic trails, accommodations to go with trails like trails heads, lighting, benches, things of that nature. And talking with staff, I think on your mounds, which is where you have your MOST awards, there's some a part of the nature trail that would necessitate some footbridges to be fully utilized, and I think it could be a good project. And so have a resolution if the board would like to consider applying to that funding mechanism.
And to get it straight there on that, we talked about it, and we talked with Heath about it, and it looked like a good program. Even though it's an 80-20, we've already we will have spent, or have already spent, in-kind contributions.
Your MOST award, which is to do work at the mounds, could be your 20% for the.
So it wouldn't cost us anything
Right.
if we get there.
How much is the grant there?
It's 150 maximum, $150,000 maximum. So it's not real big, but it could go to do that.
That's the same grant y'all use twice out there for all the concrete trails and down there. So
And you think this is a good program for
I
it?
think it'd be a really good program. It's an easy program. Compared to some of the other ones in the Darrell.
That's right. Now it is reimbursement, so you have to spit out the money and then get reimbursed by them. But it's 150,000. I think it's a good opportunity.
All right, but what we need is a motion, if you're interested, motion to proceed.
Why don't we take it undivided?
All right.
I
I mean,
Anybody else?
we got a lot of things going on right now, and more trail for the moment. I'd rather wait a week or two, but.
Where's the deadline for that?
Y'all don't mind.
April 4th, so it's a tight deadline on that.
When do we meet, John? April.
Yes, sir. That's that
The
one.
7th? April the 4th there. It's the
April
end of
4th
the
is the
deadline.
deadline. That's right.
We don't meet till April the 7th. So what-
Anybody else
If we
have any
apply for
thoughts?
it and get it, and we decide not to use it, can we give it back?
Absolutely. You don't have to engage. That's right.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then.
I'd make a motion to proceed.
All
Okay.
right. Motion made by Jimmy, second by Wiz. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries, C, no opposition.
The second item that I have for you all is follow on to a conversation we had previously in about the development infrastructure program, the Mississippi Development Authority, for work to extend utilities along Highway 35. And our previous discussions, because it regards economic development, was in closed session. I have today the resolution of authorization to go along with that, but if that's something you all would like to consider and discuss further in closed session, that's something that we can do, unless y'all want to discuss those things now. So I'll leave that up to you all.
What do we need to do on it there? Let's think.
The resolution of authorization would authorize applying for the funds, and in that resolution of authorization is the amount of the application as well as the required 10% match. That program requires a 10% match on it. And so I do have that information here, but in terms of questions or information about the specifics of the project, because it regards economic development, we want to discuss those in open session. So I'll leave that.
Newt, are you familiar with that? Recommend it?
We probably ought to talk about it in closed section. I know that we've talked about it, but I can't remember the
Okay.
specifics.
All right, well, let's delay that. If that's okay.
But I
we'll
remember
go with
I was for it.
That's right.
it. All right, well, let's do that then. Darrell, you can hang with us on that.
That'll be fine. Thank y'all.
Thank
Unless
you.
y'all have any questions for me?
Darrell, I've been checking with NRCS, you've been helping with that. That's for our ditches, and we've got a lot more trees in our ditches now. And I got a call in again today, but they have not, they're slow to react, to clean our ditches out prior to the next big rainstorm. And that would be, God said if we could get that done. And they indicated that they will, but they're slow to get that. But it's gonna have to be cleaned out. And we've got 2 applications in. We already had one in there. We've got another related to the storm, so hopefully we'll be able to get that, but I'm continuing to check with that and see what can happen.
Yeah, I think reduced staff at USDA has caused lots of people to have that that outcome. But we'll do whatever we can to help.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Ben Drop, let's see you here.
I'll be real quick. I'm just gonna leave, these are, we've been working on the tennis courts. These are 60% plans, and I'll leave copies for y'all that, working with Heath, ready to submit, for the grant application, to the grant, that, Shipman is actually doing, one more work over or look at them, and so within the next week, 10 days, we'll have this shipped out for Heath Willis to, apply for the grant for the.
Okay. You think is that gonna be enough, what you got?
I believe so. Yeah, I mean, yes, sir. If they have comments, we need to add some. I mean, I had never submitted something that they didn't have comment to anybody. Even
I
Darryl.
recommend when he gets some information, we have us a work session on this tennis court. I'm not gonna sit here and wait 10 years to build a tennis court. If we have to have a special meeting or 2 or 3 or 4,
Absolutely. You let me
I'm
know.
ready to go and get something started.
You let me know. Okay. Anyway, it can start in phases. I mean, you can do a contract to move dirt when it dries up this summer. Start doing.
That's what I'm ready to do. We got a couple other things, in-house issues to take care of for us.
And so updates on everything else. I know we got some easement things. We've been working with Common. I think we almost got all of them. It sounds like it's Harmon getting close on that. And so y'all just give me a call if you need anything. And I'll just leave these with Sean. Y'all can take the set if you want them. You know.
Sounds good.
So let me know.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'll be around. Y'all got it.
All right.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Do you have anybody here representing the state or federal government? Anyone engaged in contractual business that'd like to speak? Nick, you're gonna address some of that with Look Great or something in a minute.
Yes, sir, we can. We can do it.
Okay.
During my time.
Jeremy Weldon, anything for you, sir?
Thank you.
All right, great. Andy Berryhill.
Thank you, Mayor. Andy Berry with the City of Batesville Code Enforcement Office. The only thing that I have today was possibly to set a cleanup hearing for April 21st of 2026 for 313 Willis Street. It's been property we've previously cleaned. It's back in kind of a junky state. These are the pictures as of today.
Is that this morning, Andy?
Yes,
I'm sure it was.
It is. This morning, and since we've cleaned the back previously, now it looks pretty dilapidated there in the back of the house and everything. So I'd like to go and set a cleanup hearing for that, which at that meeting we'll probably discuss what action needs to be taken, because it may need to be a demolition type project and or a boarding type project. But I know we need to go and get it set for cleaning at a minimum. And then, like I said, discuss whether we need to board.
And is this the house that has no utilities?
Yes, sir.
What's the date, Andy? You want to try something?
April 21st, that should give us plenty of time for our notifications. We need to do a little research since the previous property owner is now passed away, so we need to make sure we get all of our notifications right.
Is this gonna be the first step, Andy, in tearing it down?
Yes, sir. It would be.
I'm recommending demolition.
Yeah.
And nothing else. If you can help us, I appreciate it. Common, whoever. I want this house gone.
Yeah, like I said, the back of it's starting to look pretty dilapidated, and if it's structurally unsound. And
Well, I mean, it's unlivable. It doesn't have wire. The wire, if you expected it, you wouldn't let anybody live in it.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's really a no-brainer.
Well, what we need to do is set a hearing for April 22nd. Need a motion on that? All right, second. By Dennis, any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries, no opposition. April 22nd.
21st.
21st.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
That's all that I had on my agenda. I did want to just inform y'all that I did get a road bond estimate from Mendrop for the logging use out on Mount Olivet, and I've contacted that logger and just make sure we was all good to go as soon as they get their road bond. If that was my understanding from our hearing that we had. Right. I just wanted to make y'all aware that we have had that estimate. He's been contacted. As soon as we get that, we'll be good to go.
I got one more question.
Yes.
Dan. When
builder gets a permit to build a house anywhere in town, do y'all require them to have a dumpster at that site?
They're supposed to by the, International Residential Code, yes.
I don't know if that's in our stuff, but everybody needs, I mean, somebody got this house over here cleaned up, it had trash blowing all over town. And they had absolutely no respect for their neighbors because it was a junkyard over here.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if y'all did that or not, I hope you did, but somebody got them to get a dumpster over here, and they cleaned it up, and it does look livable now.
Yeah.
But if we don't have that in our rules and regulations, I'd like to get that in there. When you get a building permit, you're required to have a dumpster on site.
Yes,
until
you're
that house is
supposed, you're
complete.
supposed to have a dumpster and a porta potty, basically. a
Right,
restroom
okay.
At a site. With that particular contractor, we did discuss that at the beginning, because he was wanting to put a dumpster in the street,
Mhm.
on the side of the street, and I wouldn't let him.
Mhm.
And it was a situation to where he didn't have permission from the adjoining property owner because the setbacks are so small over there
Okay.
that, I told him that he could get by without it as long as he kept the property cleaned every day, which
You didn't?
didn't. So
That's right, which a lot of them do, so.
That's right. That's
Anyway, I wish you'd follow up on that and let us know if we need to do anything.
right. I don't think we do, but I'll check and make sure that that requirement's in there. But I'm pretty sure it's in the residential, in the code that they're required to do that.
I appreciate it, thank
All
you.
right, that's all that I have.
All right, Andy, behind the old hospital across from Kroger, go over and look at that, see if there's anything we can do to help clean that up.
I rode through there this morning, actually.
Might be a good idea to try to
Because
clean up.
I know Huey had contacted them people, and I was just seeing for myself whether they've actually cleaned up or not.
Right, I know we had discussed it, but I appreciate it. Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
just follow up on that.
Will do.
All right, thank you. Anything else for Andy? All right, thank you,
All
Andy.
right, thank y'all.
Chief, Assistant Chief of Police, Barry Thompson. You're walking pretty good with
On
one
whatever
leg.
you want to today, Mayor. You just fine. Barry Thompson, Deputy Chief of Police, Batesville Police Department. First thing I have today is I'm requesting for y'all to approve the emergency repair. And me and Shauna did this under emergency. I don't guess I had to because of the amount, but more or less we wanted a track because this was actually an accident that occurred on city property and damaged city property. So it will probably be a bill going out to the people who did the damage through. So I wanted to run it through y'all just to make sure everything was done properly. And this was an accident that where our fence at the dog pound was ran through during the ice storm. It was $3,200 to repair that gate. I'm just asking that y'all approve that emergency repair today.
Motion made by Carl, second by Jimmy. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, motion carries to see no opposition.
That's all I have really, unless y'all have something for me, unless Mr. Coleman wants to delve off into city cameras, and if he shakes his head, I'll go sit down.
No, I told Stone Street it was up to y'all.
I'm happy with the agreement. I mean, yeah, but if you are, I ain't.
As I explained to him, I don't know whether that agreement does what y'all want to or not, but it's to get the entire agreement. It had about 3 links that you gotta link into because they're incorporated into the contract. So instead of being a 4-page contract, it's about a 40-page contract. That does have stuff in it that the city has no authority to agree to, so we would have to use that addendum that states that, as a, that puts people on notice. With the addendum attached, and y'all are okay with the content.
He said he had no problem with the addendum, and I mean, it's just standard computer language, and they're going, that's up to y'all. If y'all want to wait, I'll bring the contract back and let y'all look at it. I don't know.
Well, it looks like we're gonna wait. All right,
That's all I have
think
except
it
for
needs to-
executive
it's
session.
important, but we need to, don't wait too long. That'd be good.
All right, that's all I have, unless y'all have something for me other than executive session.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Tom, you have anything at this time? No. All right. Charlie, you have anything at this time?
No, sir.
Fire chief.
How y'all doing today? James Snyder, Bates Fire Department Fire Chief. I only have a couple things on here I want to put in our January and February run reports. I know that we never really let y'all know how many runs we actually do a month, so I started gathering that information or having Sergio do it so I could report it to y'all every month. The second thing is I want to discuss some details, and it actually changed as of today about the storm shelters. I was called by Barry yesterday, and he said, "Hey, how many storm shelters do we have in the city?" And I said, "2. We have 2 or 3 behind fire station number 2, and that's all we have in our entire city." So this grant became more important to me after I had to say it out loud in my head when there was a storm coming. So I'm gonna tell you what I found out today. Today, because of what Daniel Coles and them did yesterday at the county board meeting, what happened was the Fane people who are supplying the storm shelters are they're the only ones that supply are the specifications of what the grant was wrote to. So they are willing, and they have provided a sole source letter saying that they are the only ones that can provide that storm shelter. I talked to Colin, and he was wondering about, if they're the only ones that can that provide storm shelters. But the only thing that I can get out of it is that they provide the one we specified for in the grant, and that's the one we have to buy. So I was asking him if a sole source letter would work in that situation, and I didn't get a hold of him.
Yeah, that sole source letter will work if that is in fact true and correct.
I'm taking it at their word.
Okay, so
I found all this out today too.
So the specifications are so narrow that they're the only company in the world that can meet them.
Yes, sir.
And that's the sole source says that they're the only ones that can do that. So yeah.
And the county did it yesterday for 24.
So let's see what the city's gonna do. So
okay.
All right, well, I got some, Daniel can help us a little
I'm gonna
bit.
clarify something. We voted to go forward with it at our last board meeting. It was not yesterday.
Oh, not yesterday, okay.
But now Thursday, we're gonna present the board with the same information. However, we also, just as a backup, the state approved the sole source letter. We did get that done yesterday. But we also went out and found a second quote. Somebody was willing to quote the storm shelters close to the same size, not the same specifications, not the schematics and all that we had to send to FEMA to get approved. It does not meet that requirement, but it is a second quote of a substandard storm shelter that is more. So we've got it both ways.
I don't think you do have. I don't see how you can get a item that doesn't meet the specs you gotta make.
Well, I don't either, and that's why we got the sole source letter.
And so that was my whole point.
According to the specifications and the engineering that was done on Fane Storm Shelter, they're the only ones that build a concrete storm shelter to those specifications.
Well, I'm not trying to argue. I'm just trying to make sure I understand. He's asked a legal question.
Yes, sir.
I need to know what the facts are so I can apply the law. So if we got one set of specs and MEMA has said what they are, and we got one storm shelter that meets those, and that is, they read the letter, it is a sole source letter.
Yes, sir.
So y'all can buy it as a sole source and put that letter in the middle. Is that right? There's only one set of specs that have got to be met.
Yes, sir. That's right. And when we submitted the application over 2 years ago, now I understand this has been going on forever, but over 2 years ago when we submitted those specifications, and even to the date, Fane says they're the only ones that builds them to those specifications that MEMA and FEMA both approved when they approved the grant 2 years later. So they're the only ones that can provide that storm shelter.
So I need to know if y'all want me to go forward with this, or do y'all want me to, getting like he said, a substandard quote is not gonna do us any good. What it do will put us back on the foot for the bill. If we don't put them in exactly the way they are, the specifications, according to the lady from MEMA, what she told me, she said, y'all get a lesser one, or y'all put it 1 foot off of where you say you're gonna put it, y'all gonna have to eat the whole bill.
A couple of, they don't need to even waste your breath on that. If it's doesn't meet the specs, it doesn't meet the specs. We don't need to get a second quote.
Yes, sir.
All right, just abide by what the specs say, I that's what Coleman says,
Yes, sir.
and you'll be so happy.
All right, second point then. This is another problem. We're gonna have to go through, this will be just a time problem. It could, however long the government is shut down. Whenever we originally said that we were gonna buy these storm shelters, we were gonna tear down this building here and put it on that slab. If we do not do that, we have to write a letter to relocate, which goes to MEMA, which will go to FEMA. FEMA has to approve it, and then they'll send it back to MEMA, and then send it back to us. That wouldn't be as big a problem, is that they're shut down right now, we don't know when they're gonna open.
One thing I want to caution you that we looked at last time, I don't know if you remember, for us to tear down the building in the back, we have to go to the state and get approval to do that.
Well, no, I didn't, all I know is what this said. I read through the grant.
I'm just
Yes, sir.
reminding everybody that to tear that down, we have to go to the state. I don't know why we'd have a disapproval for that, but that has to be done also.
Done through the state.
Right. Because it's a historic district.
Okay.
That's what it's.
But in order to move it, do y'all want me to ask FEMA, can we move it? MEMA, and then we'll have to just wait, we're at their mercy when they decide to open back up, and then when they pick our stuff up.
What was it, move the date or move the location?
Move the location.
I don't know about that. That's a board decision on that.
What's in the building back here, Hal?
Junk,
Junk?
mainly nothing, I guess. That'd be a new question.
But I thought we talked about putting them down there by the new fire station.
Yes, sir, there are 4 locations.
Yeah,
We're spreading them out equally throughout the whole city.
okay.
We'll have 12 additional ones in the city, besides the three out at station number 2. They're spread out.
Some over here off of Bangor's,
And some over here.
some here, back here behind the city hall.
Some at Pat Lane Park.
And where was the fourth step?
And the other 4 at fire station number 2. And we're gonna set some more at fire station 2, because we do get a lot of people there.
I cannot
From
see,
the Galway area.
I can't see a reason why to change the planned locations. I would suggest moving to whatever we gotta do to proceed with the predetermined location. If that's go through the state, whatever that may be.
I will say this, I know that MEMA is stretched thin, and they're stretched so thin. I'm not trying to sway you either which way, but they've had to, correct me if I'm wrong, they've had to hire out a group to help them with all this winter storm stuff like that. So just some information is all.
Well, I think we pretty much agreed to go on and do this. I mean, we made motions and
Yes.
actions and things. And so what do we need to do to move forward, Campbell?
All I know is that Tim told me before he left that they said that y'all had decided not to tear the building down. So I just need to know, do I need to move forward with the relocation, or are we gonna tear the building down, is what I know.
That's the only spot you need to look
That
at.
is the only spot that I can do without going back through all the paperwork.
I don't think we decided not to tear it down. We said that we had to get permission to tear it
Okay.
down. I think that's
Yes,
better
sir.
way to state that.
Yeah, okay.
Well, really, it's something we got to have. We need real bad. All the stone we have.
That's right. And that's why I said I was embarrassed to say we had 3.
Well, let's move forward with that, unless the board has anything else.
I'm good with it.
We need to look and see, don't just go with what I say, that's what I remember, that we need, since it is a historic district in this downtown, that's where it's considered.
This building back here that we're talking about is good for nothing. Now, that's just the way it is. It's better off torn down. So whatever we gotta do to move forward, we need to do it. We've been talking about this thing. It's not worth fixing.
Right. On this building back here.
Yeah, I mean, as far as just trying to get a letter to.
Well, that's the Department of Archives and History. That's just, you just send them a notice of what you're gonna do.
Okay.
And about within 6 weeks to 8 weeks, you're gonna get a response saying, go ahead or don't go ahead. I mean,
All right.
it's pretty straightforward.
Let's write the letter then.
Well, we can't write the letter yet, till we know what we're gonna do. I mean, if y'all ready to go, then we can write the letter.
I would suggest we stay with the location and authorize the mayor to sign a letter to the Department of Archives requesting permission to tear this building down and we proceed.
Motion made by Jimmy.
Yes.
Second by Wiz. All in favor? Motion carries, no opposition.
Thank you
Got it?
very much. I appreciate it. And have that one more matter for executive session.
I'm sorry, did y'all approve the sole source letter for the,
Well, it's already been approved.
y'all already approved the sole source letter?
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I may not have done the sole source letter. Common is
I don't know if we did that or not.
You gotta acknowledge it's a sole source, and you can accept it, then you can,
Okay, then I stand corrected. We need to acknowledge the sole source letter and accept it. Is that one motion?
no, you can first first acknowledge that it is a sole source letter. Then
Okay.
you can make your purchase if you're ready to make your purchase as a sole source item.
To accept it, all right. I need a motion to
Sole source.
acknowledge sole source letter, second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, that motion carries. Now, we're going to accept that letter as sole source. Same thing, need a motion and a second. Motion made by Stan, second by Whiz. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries, no opposition.
All right, cowboy.
Yeah, I mean, anything you wanna do, you wanna purchase it.
Oh, I do.
That's a sole source. It's
Yes,
gotta get quotes for bid.
I do. I don't want to wait no longer. I want to get them if I can.
And do you have the sole source letter?
Oh, yes, ma'am, I can do.
All right, cowboy, you got the handcuffs off, I used to go to work.
Thank you. I'll give it to you. I got it in my hand.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yes, sir,
Cowboy.
thank y'all.
Batesville Civic Center, Rodney Holland.
Could I pass this around, please, sir? Good afternoon, Board. I'm Rodney Holly. Always grateful to be here representing the Batesville Civic Center. A lot of good things going on. Just so you know, the walking track is open back up.
Good deal.
Anytime you want to go out there, please do.
What's your time again?
6:30 to 4 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate y'all's support on that. But it is open back up. Got a couple of events coming up that I would like to talk about. We have the Junior Auxiliary Charity Ball coming up this weekend.
Something else.
Coming up this weekend, so if you don't have your tickets yet.
Something else.
It's a lot of stuff.
That's the same
It's
thing.
all the same thing. It's all the same thing.
It's
Same
the
It's all
same
the
thing.
same thing.
It's all the same.
Well, you got extra copies.
I made plenty.
I believe it.
Yeah. Made none. Don't know if that was right or not, but,
Thorough.
yes, so we needed one. There you go. I think I got the number right. Perfect. But Charity Ball is this weekend, Saturday. They are renting the main arena, and so we'll have a big turnout for that.
They rented the whole building.
They down on the
On the
just like
main
last
floor,
year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
came back from last year. So, and then on April 4th, we've got the ZZ Top concert, and thanks to Wiz checking it out on social media, they have amped up their promotions and different things on social media and all that. So we should get more movement on tickets and exposure and all that. So those two things are coming up. The next thing I have for you is from Katie Reagan, who is the Chancery Clerk in Nola County. She is requesting use of one of our conference rooms for a Northern Area Chancery Clerks meeting on April the 2nd from 11 to 2. We do have it available.
Blue room.
One of those, yep, we can either use that or one of the other conference.
I guess she's requesting it at no charge.
That's correct.
I would think so.
No, I was about to say that, but question, no charge.
I make a motion to let them do it.
Okay, second, motion made by Stan, second by Whiz. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, motion carries, no opposition.
They'll appreciate that.
I will let her know.
Okay.
And we also, hey, Ronnie, just, you know, but we've got a great facility at the fire station number 1. for conference rooms and bringing in people. If something scheduled, we've got something to fall back on too.
I will let her know that.
That's right, it's nice, you got something going on out there.
I will
It'll hold 100 people easily.
work with the oil on that.
She's got approval to be there, but just so you know.
Okay, I appreciate that. I have something that I did hand out, and I believe everybody has a copy of. I'd like to read. I provided each board member with a copy of the request for a 50% deposit from Pro Show Systems, and there's the company associated with production of the ZZ Top concert on April 4th at the Batesville Civic Center. Based on guidance from the city attorney, I want to make sure the city can legally approve this deposit. And according to the Attorney General's guidance, the board must find as fact 3 conditions are met, and here's how I believe those will be satisfied. Number 1 is current right to future services. Deposit secures the production package, including sound, lighting, the stage equipment, and locks in the availability of the production crew for ZZ Top concert April 4th. This ensures the city has a contractual right to these services for that event day. Number 2 is good and valuable consideration. By paying this deposit, the city received a guaranteed reservation of the equipment and the personnel. It's a fair exchange because it ensures these resources are committed to our event and not available to other events. And number 3 is vendor capacity to perform. ProServe Systems is an established production company that provides sound, lighting, and staging for concerts and large events. They have the equipment, personnel, and the insurance required by the city to fully deliver the services outlined in their quote. The 50% deposit is $10,322.50 that is due now, and then the remaining balance of $10,322.55 is due on the day of the show, which is April 4th.
All right, you crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's, and
I would
common steer you right in the right direction for us to do that.
I would ask the board to find that these 3 conditions for prepayment are met and to approve the 50% deposit. Pro Show Systems for production of the ZZ Top concert on April 4 at the Batesville Civic Center.
So moved. A motion by Jimmy, second by Stan. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries, no opposition.
That money comes out of tourism, I take it. Yes, sir, make sure that, so we know in the future about other things.
Well, you've got a budget set aside for this whole thing. That's good. We're
Any
excited
other
about
questions
it.
for me?
Keep selling tickets.
Yes, sir. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rod.
New Benson. Oh, I did. He said he didn't have anything.
Thank you. I'm Luke Benson.
I got you. I apologize.
No worries.
Okay.
Hey, I'm sorry about that, Mayor.
No, it's all right. I didn't mean to do that.
Thank you. I'm Luke Benson. I'm your Public Works Director. First on the agenda, requesting permission to accept a boring permit for Six Fire. It's out on Highway 6 East around Kentucky Fried Chicken. They've met everything. They've done everything. They've done all their cammering of the sewer systems and stuff like that. They've got all the permits and it's approved. Just need y'all's permission.
All right, motion made by Stan, second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. I see no opposition.
Thank you. Second, requesting permission to accept the lowest of 2 quotes for the repairs of fencing damaged during the winter storm 2026. I've got 2 quotes there, one for $13,500 and one for $14,150. This is 8 different sites. I didn't want to, not trying to split POs or anything like that. We got 2 quotes to fix all the fences in Public Works. I don't know about the fire department or PD or anything like that. It's just Public Works and Parks and Rec.
Will all those locations be listed in the invoice or whatever?
They're all listed in the book.
Thank you, motion.
Thank you.
All right, motion made by Jimmy, second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. I see no opposition.
This will be turned into Ms. Brenda. Next, requesting permission for services outside the city limits. Hunter Lawrence at 288 Austin Drive is going to be in the Chun subdivision. Requesting water services, $1,250, deposit not included.
Motion made by Stan, second by Wiz. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries, no opposition.
Thank you. Next, during the winter storm, our big front loader, John Deere front loader, the front bucket, that bucket opens up like a jaw, and the main part of the bucket, which is not the part that opens, the main part down here, it was severely damaged, it's broken, cannot be fixed, it can't be repaired, we've got a plate welded to it right now that just getting us by so we can still use it. But that bucket was severely damaged during the storm, and I've got two quotes here to replace that bucket. One from Striblin for $9,523.34, and one from Empire for $11,841.71.
All right, motion by Carl, second by Stan. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries, no opposition.
This will also be turned in to Brenda. Next, requesting permission to accept the, all right, stop. Let's talk about the LED lights. You ready, Mr. Mayor?
I'm ready, yes, sir.
Okay, but you had something.
I did. I had researched this a little bit. Don't want to delay this, but I do say there's, TVA has a program, incentive program, that would allow, from my understanding, $28,000 worth of grant money if we replace those bulbs with LED bulbs. And we have to paint, it's not retro, so we can't buy them and then ask for that grant. It would be after, we have to request the grant and then buy them. And that's what I'd like to hold off till we get further information on that. That was it.
I'm not gonna say a thing.
All right.
So, Mayor, when do you think we could have some more information to
I
not?
don't know, if it's delayed, we just go ahead and do what you want to do with it. I just suggest that we just hold off till we get I got this information this morning.
Okay.
So, I got to call back into them to try to for a timeline. But it's still worth doing. If you don't want to, that's all right. The board votes to put them, to buy them, but we're just gonna put them in a warehouse. But I think it'd be good, the quotes would be good for another 2 weeks or what.
I don't know when the quotes are gonna be good for.
Do you know how long these quotes are good?
I do not.
Did they say anything on the quotes themselves about that, the duration?
Usually 30 days.
The lowest quote does not state, it's already expired according to the board. It expired 3/13.
It's expired.
Yeah, but I've got an email confirmation that says it's good today.
Today.
Today, yes, sir.
All right, Mayor, this grant you supposedly may have, what is it gonna cover? Does it cover installation, bulbs, what does it mean?
It covers the cost of changing those out. And
Which would mean the cost of the labor process.
they said they were eligible for $28,000 from their estimate to change out all the bulbs. They call them not bulbs, they call them fixtures at these intersections.
Well, it's gonna cost more than $28,000 to replace them on labor. It's gonna cost more than that to get the people down here to lower them, fix them, and all. That's gonna be more than $28,000.
Well, this just, yeah, it's gonna be a whole lot more than that. That's just providing us with $28,000 on what we spend.
Well, they changing bulbs or fixtures?
I don't know, that's why I said bulbs and fixtures. I don't really know the answer to that. But if you don't, listen, I got it this morning. I think it's worth just trying to delay, hold back just a little bit and make sure we can do this or not. Yeah. It's whatever the board wants to do. I'm giving you information.
I'd
like to table this to the next meeting and let the mayor check on this. $28,000 we can save.
I'd like to see what the grant covers. We got grants going every which way. I mean.
We did the same type of grant, or savings actually, and grant for the Civic Center. And we can't do it for our street lights because we don't own the street lights, but we do own the lights at the intersection.
The next meeting is April the 7th.
That's
Next week, next regular meeting is April the 7th, so.
I can get a report then,
We
and
get a
then
report
Duke
in, but
can renew.
we could have I anticipate a meeting before April 7th, honestly.
Yes.
So, if as quick as you can get some information, then we can proceed.
I'll do
But
it.
let's table it for today, but let's get it rolling.
Yes.
Very good. All right. Thank you, Nick.
Well, yes, sir.
What's the matter?
Nick.
Next, requesting permission to accept emergency purchase and repair documentation for replacement and repair of 18 UV light lamps and 1 ballast at the effluent station at the wastewater treatment plant, a total price of $5,000. This is also tied to the winter storm 2026.
So moved.
Motion by Jimmy, second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. I see no opposition.
Also did an emergency purchase and repair documentation to repair and replace the roof at the concession stand at the American Legion Park. Limb fell through that roof. This is also tied to winter storm 2026, but that roof was repaired and it was at a total price of $4,420.
So moved.
Motion by Jimmy, second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. I see no
Hey,
opposition.
Nuke, I was just gonna ask you, how many lights we got out there?
At Trussell?
No, at the UV, at the treatment plant.
Right now, I mean, after we replace those 18, I don't know that we have any out right now.
I do, okay. I know, we might have to get some more extra ones. I know they go out all the time down there.
Yes, there was some of we had a couple good power surges down there during the storm. We've got pumps down at the retention basin that went out, and we had some damage done at the UV station. That stuff has been ordered, but I just haven't brought it to you because I don't have an invoice. I know about how much it's going to cost, but it's getting repaired.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carl.
All right.
In your packet, you see the annual service agreement for Precision Geospatial Solutions LLC for $8,000. And you see on the agenda there, his last invoice that he turned in was August 31st of 2024, and it was for $5,000. He just, we've been going, and he forgot to turn in an invoice last year, so that's why it's a difference. It's not $5,000, it's $8,000. Because he had to kind of get, not prorate us, but, we're catching up. So asking permission to accept that annual service agreement. And this is for our mapping, our utilities mapping system for $8,000.
Motion made by Stan, second by Carl. Any further discussions? All in favor? Motion carries, no opposition.
Sean, I believe number 9, that public assistance state and local disaster assistance agreement that was emailed to us the other day.
Yes, sir.
I believe Ms. Brenda has already signed that and put it in the queue.
Okay.
So I don't think we need to, unless we need to just acknowledge it. Can we acknowledge that? Can y'all, that's already been signed and turned in. So number 9, that public assistance, state and local disaster assistance agreement, can we acknowledge that? And it's been signed already and turned in.
All right, motion to accept, acknowledge by Carl, second by Stan. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries, no opposition.
I said I had a few things to add. I want to bring up the Brewer Road gas regulator station again, and we found some documentation. And is Joe in here yet? So they're all in discussion and agreement about that the us being able to purchase gas, and that there's a lot of stuff that has to take place in order for us to start that. But I don't want, after talking to Coleman and to Joe, this is gonna be it's gonna take some time to get through it. It's also gonna take some time to get that regulator station up and going. They're not, what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, they can't stop us from doing it. But once we make the agreement and figure out how it's gonna be measured and who we're gonna pay and all that stuff, they can't stop us, but they can't stop us from using that station. So I'm asking y'all permission to go ahead. Y'all accepted the specifications at the last meeting, but we held up on taking it out to bid to start the work on that regulator station. And I know that's gonna be a timely process too. So I'm asking if we can just go ahead and start that process again.
Let me just clarify what you just said.
Okay.
About them not being able to stop us. Technically, you're right. They are contractually bound to let the city tap into that line and draw off the excess natural gas. But the condition of that is, there's a condition preceding to that, and that's that this coordination agreement gets signed. That's like you're gonna enter a term, you got a right to enter a term, but you gotta pay the qualifying fee or something. I mean, we gotta do something first. So, you're right, but there's a technical thing to it. There's always, nothing is ever simple. There's
But
always
do we
something.
need to hold off on it?
No, I'm not saying that, Mayor. I'm just saying that I don't want to hold the thing up on the technicality, but I don't want anybody to think it's a clear shot to turn on that gas regulator and get the gas, because it ain't. It's not. It's a coordination agreement that stands between us and that gas line.
All right, Newton, what you're asking for today, then we can go ahead and move forward with that.
Yes, sir, please. And I mean, just on the thermos station out there that was damaged during the ice storm, we're still waiting on those parts. And I don't have an ETA on that, and we're, 6 weeks into the storm, at least? So, I mean, this is, the rebuild of this station is not gonna be a fix tomorrow. This is, I'm gonna say 6 months, and I don't wanna wait to finalize the paperwork, the terms.
Sure.
And then still have a broken regulator station. We got some momentum. I hate to just throw the brakes on. Let's keep going.
Motion, Mayor, to move forward.
All right, motion by Stan, second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries on opposition.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
The MOU with MDOT that was approved at the last meeting, we were unaware that it had an expiration date, maybe. And so when that got signed and we got it turned in to MDOT, that's when they told us that they couldn't, we were informed last week that they're not accepting those anymore, those MOUs. So in long and short, they have, what I understand is they're putting it out to bid, MDOT's putting out to bid to pick up all their right-of-ways. I don't know where they are in that process, and I don't have any kind of timeline on that, but I know that they didn't accept our MOU, and I just passed that information on.
I need to get all my people on Highway 35 to call him down, I guess, no,
Yes,
instead of me.
Yes, sir.
I've had 8 or 10 calls from people out there the way.
Yes, sir.
Well, they don't even know if we're gonna pick them up or not,
Yes, sir.
and I don't know what to tell them,
Well, with them not accepting our MOU, we can't go out there and pick it up. We're not supposed to. Right.
Well, I send them to MDOT then.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And
What's the name up here? Yeah.
lastly,
Yeah.
Lastly, we need to have a discussion about increasing our not to exceed. Y'all all got the text message that I sent out this morning.
But it looks great.
Yes, sir. And those numbers. Mr. West is up here. So, as of this morning, we are 1.968 million of our 2.512 million. Our average daily spend is around 45.5. And just like I said in the text message, since our next meeting is only scheduled, it's 3 weeks out from now, we anticipate meeting our current not to exceed before the next meeting. So we're asking to raise it from 2.512 to 3.
And so that should carry us very close, if not to the end of y'all's cleanup itself.
I spent about an hour or so, maybe a little more than an hour this morning, and I rode all over the city, not every street in the city, but I rode in every ward. And it looks to me very manageable now. There's quite a bit right down here on College and some of the side streets off of College, but the other areas you see a lot of piles, but they look manageable. So I don't know that, nothing against these guys, but I don't know that the answer is adding to the contract. Just in my opinion, just based on what I looked at today. But I believe what we need to discuss temporarily is changing our rules for a few months on contractors putting stuff on the streets, or you're never gonna get caught up.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's.
Jimmy, you're exactly right. We have spent more time, I think, cleaning up, cutting down trees that were not from the ice storm than we have picking up the debris.
This was set up to clean up from the ice storm. And I know some of it is still that, but it's a lot of trees coming down in Batesville that need to come down. But I just believe that we need to hold off on hauling stuff that contractors put on the street temporarily. And that's up to the board. I just don't believe, this company has done a lot, and we're thankful that they have them, but I don't believe the answer to our problem is just, all we're doing is kicking the can another $500,000.
Did you ride around Westmoreland Heights today, by any chance?
I rode Dogwood Hills, a lot off Patton Lane.
There's a pile in every house in Westmoreland Heights.
But they're
manageable, yeah.
But they're not mountains.
No, they're normal piles.
I still got piles on
which could be cleaned up in a day or two.
It's but it's as much being put out as it's being put. You know, we got as many trees being cut down.
The bottom line is, your people are taking advantage of this, and that's as simple as it is. They're having the trees cut on their property, knowing that we're going to pick them up, where they would not normally always be doing that. So, and that's a fact, and everybody knows it. That we're spending a lot of our time picking up big trees and trunks from people who decide to go ahead and cut them while this is going on, so they'll haul them off.
And the other part for us, I'd like for us to discuss is, again, y'all, I appreciate y'all. I would like to see like neighborhoods dedicated, these trucks like, okay, we're gonna work these streets today, we're gonna go in there and knock it out and check them off. And then that way you'll know if stuff's steadily being put back out.
And so with that last pass date, and we talked to Debris Tech and set it up, the field maps that we use to see where loads and everything are, they've created another one. And so if we go down Industrial Drive and it's clean, we'll be able to change it on that map is done, and we won't touch it again. That way y'all know if something else pops out, we can say, okay, well, we cleared it on this date, and that was put out after that, and then it's at y'all's discretion if you want to forward it or not.
Well, we told everybody March 20th you needed to have it out there. I think that's
right. Correct.
And by March 20th, we're going to be out of money, basically. So we're kind of in a dilemma there about what's what.
But
would y'all be interested in putting a hold on contractors putting stuff out to the road for 6 months?
I would most definitely be.
I don't think we got any choice, because that's not what we're in business to do.
And so we had.
Well, we revisit it in 6 months.
Yeah.
We've had that issue in another county recently, and what they did is they kind of used their aldermen and some of the other law enforcement to where if they saw, you know, a tree company removing something out of the backyard that is completely unnecessary and putting it at the curb, they give that address to us so we know not to fool with it either.
Well, that's going on all over town here.
It's still allow for residents to bring their stuff
That's
forward.
right. This
bring it forward.
won't affect the
Yeah, I know,
homeowner,
Jimmy, just clarify.
you know, at all, but I would like for us to do that and revisit that part of our policy in 6 months.
to stop any commercial contractor from cutting down trees and bringing them to the road where we're going. They have to haul it off themselves.
That's right.
Like they usually do. All right, so would it be okay to make a motion with that?
Common, can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Jimmy? you wanna
I'll make that motion.
Okay. All right, and the motion is that no commercial or someone paid to come in and cut a tree down.
Or just move, they can't put the debris on the street for,
Can't
they
put
gotta
the,
haul it.
can't, and put it on the street. They can cut it down and haul it away.
Right.
Just to not put it on the street. All right, and second by Stan, I believe. Any further discussion?
And I'm gonna ask you to bring it back up 6 months worth of revisit.
All right, all in favor? All right, motion carried, no opposition.
Okay,
So we now gotta address the increase.
At our current rate, we've got about 9 days before we're at that number.
Newt, I'm gonna suggest that, because you know more about your business, it's kind of like I tell right in the Civic Center, it's your house. And we want to support what you need. I can only tell you what I saw today. And I've lived here my whole life pretty much. So I'd rather you and Gary ride around and look and y'all come back to us and say, we can manage this, but it's gonna take us, it may take us 8 months or 6 months or whatever. And then we figure out what we need to do based on your recommendation.
yes, sir.
And I'm not gonna put you on the spot to ask you that today, but if you can come back to it. You know, we may have to have another little meeting or something, but I'm not ready to increase this contract today.
We can meet again, Jimmy, that ain't no problem.
If y'all don't mind, I would just like to say, just for argument's sake, right? So, yes, if we were to increase to 3 million today, that's that right, yeah, 3 million. That's not 3 million to us, that's 12.5% of 3 million.
But you can go broke saving money.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, I understand. If we do it ourselves, that's 100%. I mean, it's not, and even if it does take 8 months, it's 100% cost throughout that 8 months, just for argument's sake, that's all.
Yeah.
You talking about like overtime and everything?
Yes, sir. Well, not overtime, but over, throughout the 8 months, it would, but yes, we'll do whatever y'all want us to do if you want us to go out and.
If you come back and say, here's what I see and here's my opinion, that's gonna carry a lot, but I'm not ready just to increase it today.
Okay.
Newt, I wish you would ride Brewer Road, Harmon Road, and Millcroft. I mean, it just looks untouched. I mean, it looks like it day half the last 4 or 5 weeks. I mean, it's in rough shape.
And so we'll have 3 trucks on Brewer in the morning, 3 trucks on Harmon as well.
All right, appreciate you.
What about Westmoreland Heights, sir?
We can have right there after, absolutely.
We really appreciate it, Master.
Yes, sir.
Really would.
Anything that y'all have that comes up, by all means, tell us. Because I can think that everything's fine and dandy, but it not be. And I'm more than happy to fix those issues as long as I know.
Okay, well, we telling you, so there you
Yes, sir.
know.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, on that same thing, I talked to Wesley this morning about, they've submitted payments, and what the city is doing is waiting on the state to pay us, or not pay us, excuse me, to loan us money until our federal grant comes in, which is basically 85%. The governor has not signed that yet. It's from my understanding that he'll probably sign it within the next 2 weeks. Then after that, it's got a special funding and allocation and all. So we're looking at probably a month out before we can apply. And, we qualify, but we're probably looking a month before we can even apply for that. And we don't see any stumbling blocks from the standpoint of it being approved. It just takes that time. And I know we owe you the money and you're ready for it. So that's where we stand on that. That's why I want to report that to you and to the board.
Yes, sir.
We had our first meeting with NEMA Friday at 1 o'clock, and that went well. We have our representative that's representing us in FEMA. He's on his A game. We had our first meeting with FEMA folks yesterday at 1 o'clock, and that was a good meeting as well. They are, because of the government shutdown, they are only dealing with categories A and B. Everything C through G, we don't have any idea when categories C through G are going to be brought up. So I don't know all the categories, but I know that categories A and B is about the emergency. You think emergency repairs, road work, the emergency stuff. Go ahead, Dan.
A and B, B is emergency protective measures. That's all your overtime during the event. Anything you did to prevent loss of life or property during those first probably 5-6 days. Then A is going to be all your debris work. Everything you've done to remove debris, push your initial push, all that, opening the streets up where you can get down it. That's going to be B. C through G is going to be your buildings, your parks and recreations, and it's already approved. They're just not focusing on that until the government opens back up. They're going to concentrate on the A and the B first. The others coming, it's just going to be a longer wait.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate your insight and what you do for us all, city and county.
You have anything for me? Anything else?
Good?
Oh, yeah, one more thing.
Wait just a minute.
Good.
Go ahead, Carl. No, you're calling your name.
What the day is, man?
Today, Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, and it's my 21st wedding anniversary.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. Well, I hope you remember that later on.
Yeah,
You don't, you will.
Jeremy, if you have something.
The city, I did understand the mayor to say the city has made application to the state for that low interest loan. They've offered the other.
No, we can't do it until it's approved.
Okay, but we're in
But
line.
we're ready.
Okay.
We'll be at the door as soon as it's approved.
That's the route we're taking.
That's correct. That's the only thing we
Oxford
can
and the
do.
other ones. Yeah.
All right. Stan, you have anything else for us today?
No, I'm good.
Carl?
No, sir.
Will? Jim?
No.
Dennis?
No.
All right, well, I'll consider a motion to close this and then go into executive session. Our motion made by Stan, all in favor? All right, thank each of you for being here. We do not anticipate coming back. We'll close the meeting at this time.